This video is about clearing the cache and the benefits that you can get, and of course how to clear the cache. Clearing the cache is a fairly simple process. You close FileMaker, locate the folders, delete the different FileMaker cache folders, then empty the trash, and your slate is clean, which means your benefits can be enjoyed. You can use these search shortcuts to find your cache folder locations easily. I'll demonstrate on a Mac. In Finder, click Go, then Go to Folder or Shift-Command-G, and you type in your shortcut phrase and click Go, which will take you to your cache folder. You can see there are a lot of files in the cache folder. We are concerned mostly with ones that say FileMaker. The folder name could just be FileMaker. It could also be com.filemaker.*, which means lots of possibilities. Now remember, step one is to close FileMaker. So make sure that's closed so nothing gets corrupted. We've located our cache folders. Now we just need to delete the FileMaker folders. In my cache folder, I can see there is a com.filemaker file, and this one actually has 86 kilobytes and has been opened recently. There is also a FileMaker file which has 13.2 megabytes in size. And as long as you're in the cache folder, we can send these to the trash. And now we can empty the trash just to be sure it's gone. Now let's open FileMaker and watch the cache folders to see if any FileMaker folders come up. Just by opening FileMaker, we have a new folder here that has a few subfolders in it, but most of them are empty except for the actual folders. If we look at the size of it, we're at 0. So our slate is cleaned. I'm going to demonstrate by opening a file called Core4 that is stored on AWS 3,000 miles away on FileMaker server. I have drawn this to-scale image of the United States map. We are currently near San Diego, and we are communicating with AWS in West Virginia. I'm using a free stopwatch application from online-stopwatch.com, and we're just going to do some timing to see how fast it can be. So we're opening, and it takes us a few seconds to get to the credentials portion. So enter my credentials, and let's see how long it takes to see the first record in our Core4 application, which has 1 million records. It took approximately 16 seconds for our 1 million records. And notice what happened to our cache file. If we look here, we've got this additional subfolder. And now let's look at our information, and it's jumped up to 2.6 megabytes. In this 3,000 mile download, FileMaker had to authenticate the credentials, but also downloaded the basic structure, layouts, relationship scripts, at least one record, and so on of our FileMaker solution. All of that is now stored in this folder, which accounts for the 2.6 megabytes. So let's close FileMaker and let's try this again. We'll open Core and start the timer and see how long it takes to get to the credentials part. There was just 4 seconds there, so we'll clear that. We'll enter my credentials. And now we will start it again and see if the time is any different in getting to that million record solution. And this time it only took 8 seconds instead of the previous 16 seconds. Let's look at our cache folder size and see it is still at 2.6 like it was before, but it only took 8 seconds to get to our solution. Instead of this process to get to our solution, downloading all of that information from 3,000 miles away, Now it is simply looking inside itself in San Diego for all of that information, except for the credential authentication. That still has to be done through server, so that has to travel. But all the rest of that is now stored in cache, which is much, much faster. I want to demonstrate one other aspect of cache that is kind of fun, and that is scrolling through these records. So I want you to follow along, and I'm going to make a click each time that the record is loaded, and we'll see the pattern, the beat of the clicks that are being made. As we scroll through, we'll just go to 20 records. So every time I see the new one, I'll make a click again. And you can see there's a slight pause in between each one as we're going almost to 20. So there's a slight pause. I'm going to do the same thing going backwards now, and we'll make a click and see if the pause is different. Each time the record is coming up, I'm clicking. This is much faster. This is because the first time we went through those 20 records, it had to go to the server 3,000 miles away and load that record. But since we loaded it, FileMaker assumes you may want to see that record again. So it stores that in cache. So going through the next few times, it's looking internally instead of externally. Let's see if those are still there if we close out FileMaker and start it up again, and see if we can still get our same results. And we'll do our timer again just for fun. Only takes a few seconds to get to the credentials portion. And there's our first record again at 8 seconds. Now let's scroll through these with the same pattern and see if we can tell a difference. So I'm actually going to start a timer, and we'll go through the 20 records again and see how long that takes. It's going through fairly quickly until we get to 20, and we'll pause there. And now let's go to the next 20 because we haven't seen those yet, and see what that time difference is. It's a little bit slower as we're trying to get to the 40th record. That takes a little bit longer. And if we go backwards to the 20th one, each of them are loading very quickly. Back to 20 takes only 9 or 10 seconds instead of the 16 to 18 seconds. You might say, well, that's because we're at the very beginning. Well, we'll just pick a random spot here, 700,000 records in, and we'll start the timer, and we'll go 10 this time. And it takes about a second per one. If we go backwards, much faster because it's now in cache. It can just read internally instead of going 3,000 miles away. That's it. That's all it takes to make sure your cache is clear. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more tips and tricks like this, and connect with us on our social media links like Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, or our monthly email newsletter. Check out our other services at productivecomputing.com, especially the training section at productivecomputinguniversity.com for the advanced education for FileMaker developers. Thanks for watching.